Hey everyone, it's Lexi. So if you're watching this, I'm going to be getting ready for university. I'm going to be moving out for the first time, which is scary. So I was kind of looking at my bookshelf and kind of going through all the things that I had on there, and I realized that there's a lot of books that I kind of want to get rid of. Last time I did a big purge, I think a couple months ago before summer started, and I don't know, I feel like I want to kind of get rid of some of the books that I know I will never ever get to. And I think, I could use the extra money now. So here are kind of books that I'm going to be sending to Half Price Books. I won't be doing a giveaway just because I am a grad student and I'm on a tight budget now. So without further ado, let's get started. So for this one, it's not that I don't like this book, it's just for some reason I have 2 copies of it, and it is Patricia Cornwell, All That Remains, and this is one of the books within the Kay Scarpetta kind of series, and I really like it. It's about a medical examiner, and I just for some reason have 2 copies of this one, so I kept the better one that's like a bigger non-mass market paperback. So this one is an easy kind of toss. So next I have these 2 books that I was kind of disappointed. I wanted to start kind of a new kind of murder mystery series, and these are kind of 2. I'm kind of contemplating these 2. I know for sure I'm going to get rid of, and it's Alone and Hide by Lisa Gardner. And I didn't really like the main protagonist that they had in here. It's called the D.D. Warren series, but she doesn't really become a main character until like the 3rd book, so I think I might hold on to those. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but these 2 for sure I'm going to get rid of. I did not like the main character of Bobby. I really did not like him. I didn't think he was really likable, so I'm kind of hesitant if I will keep these other books that are in this series. I heard they get better, and D.D. Warren is a really kind of interesting character. So we'll see how that kind of goes out. I don't know, not really sure about these 3. Next, this is a book. I really loved the movie adaptation of this, but I don't know. I thought the book was okay. I think the movie did a lot better job, but I don't think I'll ever get around to rereading this, and it is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. And I know this book, a lot of people think the movie was better than the book, so this is one I just kind of want to get rid of. I don't think I'll ever read. There's some quotes in here that I really, really like, but I don't think I'll ever get around to reading it, and if I kind of want to go back into this world, I'll probably watch the movie. Next, this is one that I read the trilogy of this, and I don't know, I didn't really like it that much, and I had an extra copy of this one as well, and it's just Divergent by Veronica Roth. I kind of want to get rid of this one too. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever reread them, and might as well give it to someone else who will enjoy it. And this is another book I got, I think, over like maybe a year and a half ago, and it is Prisoner of Night and Fog by Anne Blackman, and basically it's a historical fiction novel about Adolf Hitler's niece who falls in love with a Jewish boy. So I don't know, I think this is kind of really unrealistic. I don't think this is something I'm really interested to read, because I think I'm more interested in kind of the serious historical fiction that are more believable than this, so I don't know. I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. I think the concept is really interesting because I know Hitler had a niece, but I don't know. So next, I also want to get rid of the Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. I really love the movie adaptation of this, and I thought the book was good. Like I said, there's really good quotes in this, but I think if I want to kind of reread this book, I think I would probably just watch the movie instead. So next, I also have these 4 books. I have the 4 books in the Sister of the Traveling Pants, and I read these last summer. I thought they're okay. I think because they're written for a younger audience, that I found it hard to connect with some of the girls, and some of the stuff I was just rolling my eyes at. I think it's really good, just kind of the whole friendship, and I do enjoy the movies better, I think. So these ones, I think I might as well just give to someone who will enjoy them more. So next, this is a book that I purchased at Half Price Book, ironically, and it is After You by Jojo Moyes, and I was super excited to read this book because I loved Me Before You, but I was really disappointed with this. I think part of me, like when I bought it, was like, I don't think the first book needs a follow-up novel, but I don't know, this one was just really disappointing. It kind of lost kind of the oomph that the first book had. And so if you've read Me Before You and you really liked it, I highly recommend you don't read this. It's a major disappointment. This is another book that I read and I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'll ever read it again. If I want to read it, I'll probably get it at the library, and it is Sex at Dawn by Christopher Ryan, which is basically, it talks about how humans kind of have relationships and how it's the cultural standards and norms that we set on each other, how it's not really results in the best healthy relationship. And I just thought it was really interesting. I learned a lot of stuff in here. A lot of it I already knew, which I thought I was pretty proud about, but I don't think I'm ever going to read this again, and might as well give it a new home. This is one that I'm pretty sure, like, there's so much hype around this, but I don't feel like putting in the effort into it, and I've heard really mixed things about it. Some people really love it, and some people were iffy, and I don't know. And it's Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I don't know. I feel like if I wanted to read it, I'd check it out at the library. I'm not interested in it right now, and might as well get rid of it so I can add more space to my bookshelf. Next I have Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys, and this is a historical fiction novel about the Lithuania kind of refugee crisis during World War II, and I thought it was really interesting because I never really learned about this part in history, but I feel because it was written from a young girl's perspective, it's very naive, and it doesn't really, it kind of just gives you little glimmers of what happened, but kind of sugarcoats it, I think. So, I don't know, it was a very interesting story, and it was hard to read, but I don't know, it didn't blow me away, and I think that's why I'm just kind of going to part with it. Also, I also have Paper Towns by John Green, and I don't know, I have really mixed feelings about John Green. I did not like Looking for Alaska, I did not like The Abundance of Catherines. I really loved Fault in Our Stars, and this one was just kind of middle of the road. It was okay. I think the movie was a little better, I think. I would actually prefer watching the movie than reading this as well. I feel like that's a common theme in here. So, I don't know. Give this to someone else who will enjoy it. Next, I have Scarlet by A.C. Goggin, and this is I think it's like Robin Hood, but the Robin Hood is a girl, or one of the Band of Merry Men, or whatever the heck it's called, but I don't know. This, I think I got a long time ago, and it's been on my shelf, and I have yet to read it, so I don't think this is something I'll be reading ever. This one is also one that I've had on my shelf for a long time, and I think I've just lost interest in it. I've heard great things about it, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I've kind of moved on from these books, and it is The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a time when I want to read this, but it's not now. Next, this is also a book that's been on my shelf forever, and it is The Winter Sea by Susanna Kearsley, and it's a huge book, it's a big commitment, and I don't feel like putting up, it's basically this person's writing a kind of novel about this French fleet, I don't know, and she finds out there's a connection, and I think it's just, I don't know, the plot seems confusing, and it's a big commitment, and I don't really want to deal with it. So next is An Astronaut's Guide to Life by Chris Hadfield, and this is a book that I got for Christmas, and it's basically his perspective on life. I have no idea who this guy is. I know he's Canadian and all this stuff, but I don't know. I don't feel like I'm ever going to read this. Don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem interesting. I got it for Christmas, and it's not something that I'm really interested in. I don't know. Space is really hit or miss for me, and I don't know. It doesn't seem very interesting. Next, this is a first book in a series, and I don't know. I kind of just, I don't know. When I bought it, I felt like I'd be something I was interested in because I've heard so much about it, but I don't know. I feel like if I wanted to read it, I'd probably just pick it up at the library, and it's A Girl with a Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, and I don't know. I don't even have much to say about it, to be quite honest. Next, I have Flight of the Sparrow by Amy Belding Brown, and this was about a woman who was kidnapped by Indians during colonial Massachusetts in the 1600s, and I don't know, this book was just too religious for me. like there were so many biblical references that it just flew over my head because I'm not religious at all, and she was very kind of racist, and it was hard to read from that perspective. And I don't know, I didn't really like this novel at all. It was okay, like I felt like if it was written differently, I think I would have enjoyed it more, but it was just too biblical for me. Next I have Brooklyn by Colm Toibin. I think I can never pronounce this guy's name, and like a lot of the books in here, I prefer the movie adaptation to the book, so that's why I'm going to get rid of this. I do like the cover of this, and I think that's what drew me into reading it, and I feel like the movie did a better job at grasping kind of the main points in here because it kind of skims over important stuff and drags on and non-important stuff, so it was kind of an easy kind of decision for me to get rid of this one. Next I have one that that's been on my shelf for a while, and it is like The Switch to Birth. If you're familiar with this series on ABC Family, it's like the novel written by the mom, and I really enjoyed this just because a lot of the stuff that are kind of mentioned briefly in the show, like kind of goes into more detail of it in here. I really liked it, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'm ever gonna get around to reading it again. And this was another book that I got for Christmas, and my sister already has a copy of this, so if I ever want to read it, I think I will sometime, but just not now. So my sister has a copy of it, so I can kind of get rid of this one. And it is I Am Malala, and she was the one who was shot by the Taliban, and this is kind of like her story. And I think this is really interesting. It's just because I have a double copy of it that I can give it to someone else. So this is something I will definitely get around to read. It's just I have two. And then also another one that I have a double of is The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutowski. I saw that they did like a cover change with the paperback versions of this, and I did not like it, so I switched all to hardcover. So essentially this is why I'm getting rid of this one, because I already have the hard copy version of this as well. And so moving on, I have like kind of movies and TV shows here. So I have season 5 and season 6 of Grey's Anatomy, and I thought going into this series when I bought them that I would really enjoy it, but I think it's just kind of ridiculous now after Addison left. So I like Private Practice more, so these I'm just getting rid of. Might as well. And they're like sealed, like they still have the packaging on them, so hopefully I can get them for a good price. They're like brand spanking new. And I also have season 1 and season 2 of Castle. I don't know, I kind of went into this thinking that would be something I'd like. It's kind of like Bones essentially, but I don't know. I think I found other shows that I'm much more interested in than this. I think this is just something you see all the time. And then next I have X-Men. I think this is like the original one, and this is something I think I got in like a white elephant like a long time ago, and I like the newer versions of this. This one I don't really care so much about, so might as well give it a good home. And then last, this is not something that I did not like. I ended up getting the Blu-ray version of this instead, and it is Book Thief, the DVD version. So I have the Blu-ray behind me here, and I really like this. I know the reviews of it were not good, but a lot of people, like in terms of like critics, it was kind of mixed, but a lot of people have really good reviews of this, just like regular people on Amazon. So yeah, like I really like this. It's just I have 2 copies and I just can give it away. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've kind of had mixed feelings about some of these books and what your opinions on them. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.